I didn't quite know who I was, and I didn't know where I belonged. So hopefully with this video, I have a better understanding of who I am and where I do belong.
Amber Adams. I'm American. Caucasia is not a country, and I do not come from there.
My name is Jennifer Jones, white.
My name is Elmer Jones. I'm a black person.
You get a lot of people from a lot of ethnic backgrounds and places here.
There are
This
people,
is a very diverse city.
you know, from wherever they come from, and the attitudes where they come from, they bring with them. Run into some people who are, you know,
Very
that
negative.
have their, yeah.
Parents would talk about, sometimes you'd hear things about black people or something. And our attitude in that era was, we will find out for ourselves. We're not going to take your word for what a person is or isn't just by their color.
Well, everybody's different, but everybody's all the same in that no matter who we are, we supposedly have the same blood running through our veins as the next person.
I'll keep myself, thank you. I don't want to go black.
No,
I don't mind being with a black person, but I don't want to be black. Because you see the problems and you've heard about problems that other races have had, and I don't want them. I don't look at another kind of person going, I wish I was one of those.
No.
It's a very interesting and sometimes frustrating experience. People they have their assumptions, they have their stereotypes just like everybody else does. They look at me and they're like, oh my god, just gotta be like this Buffy cheerleader. I'm a cat, like Tilly.
We walked into a restaurant and some white guys were sitting at a table and they were like, hello, homeboy. And I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, I don't know. So then they come over to us before they leave and they're like, well, to me, well, God bless you, because nobody else is gonna.
When my mother told me a story once about when I was a baby, and where they were in the supermarket, and she had to go get something, so she left me with him in line, and I started crying, and this little old white lady in front of her turns around, she's like,
did you steal that child from her mother? And he'd be like, yes, I did.
The little lady's like, just looks awkward, turns back around. It's ridiculous that people would assume something like that. That's outrageous. You just assume that he took somebody's baby and he's just hanging out in the supermarket with it. When I went to apply to other high schools, other than the ones in this area, because they had programs that I was interested in, they were like, nope, sorry, you're white, you don't get special consideration, so you have to go wherever you're at. So it didn't matter how good my grades were, it didn't matter how equipped I was for the program that they had, it didn't matter because I was white.
He can be standing in a room full of white people and I do not even see him, I do not recognize him in the room. I'm trying to look through the heads, trying to find him, and I have a hard time finding him in a sea of white people. Like sometimes I even forget he's black unless somebody says you're black and it's like, oh yeah, you're black.
Be yourself. Screw what other people expect of you and want of you. Be you.
Doesn't matter if you're black, white, mixed,
or anything
with anything.
You're always going to have somebody saying something.
No matter what.
And if you take everything that everybody says to heart, it's not going to leave much room for you.
They want to fight you for your race because you're something, fine. Either fight them or walk away.
And
their opinion doesn't matter. It's what you think of yourself. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Now that I've interviewed my family, I've realized now that I really belong with everyone. That I don't just belong to one certain group. That people are people, you know. It doesn't matter what people say or how they are. I'm going to be who I am, and I belong wherever I want to be.
Hasta la bye, bye. Arrivederci, bon voyage.